The way his career came crashing down on him in the 90s still wasn't pretty, yet Mike Tyson is a success story. He owned the fastest cars and even had a tiger as a pet, not to mention his mansion, which boasted 52 rooms. Tyson really had the life you'd wished you'd had for yourself until he saw his undefeated streak come to an end, compiled with a messy divorce and a criminal conviction. It didn't just end there, as the Iron Man was declared bankrupt in the early 2000s, despite earning over $350 million in his active years. Today, the Iron Mike has overcome prison and bankruptcy and is still living lavishly, so stay to the end as we reveal Mike Tyson's lifestyle story. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Tyson's life was extremely tough from his early years. Born in Brooklyn, New York on June 30th, 1966, Tyson grew up surrounded by poverty and violence. Tyson's biological father is Purcell Tyson, a Jamaican who married his mum, Lorna Mae Smith. But the man that he had known as his father is Jimmy Kirkpatrick, who abandoned the family when Tyson was just 2 years old. Tyson grew up next to a criminal stepfather, and by the age of 13, Tyson had already been arrested 38 times. As for his mum, she died of cancer when Tyson was just 16 years old, and Tyson was left at the mercy of Cus D'Amato, a boxing manager and trainer. Do you know that Tyson gave himself the name Malik Abdul Aziz?
That's fucking fun.
The thing is that when Tyson was in prison, he converted to the religious practice of Islam Sufism. Upon his conversion, he gave himself the name Malik Abdul Aziz.
You interrupted my meditation.
But we can't say for sure if Mike still actively practices Sufism. You know, he has really tried a lot of things. But one thing he never tried was finishing college. Yet Tyson was awarded an honorary doctorate in humane letters from Central State University of Ohio in 1989.
Ladies and gentlemen, the heavyweight champion of the world, Mr. Mike Tyson.
According to then University President Arthur Thomas, Mike demonstrates that hard work, determination, and perseverance can enable one to overcome any obstacles. While that may be true, this seemed more like a ploy to get more celebrities into the Central State mix. Anyway, without a doubt, Mike Tyson is one of the greatest heavyweight boxers in the history of the sport. He had a boxing career that spanned from 1985 to 2005. During this period, he earned titles such as Iron Mike, Kid Dynamite, and the baddest man on the planet for his boxing skills. He won his first belt at the age of 20 and is the youngest boxer ever to win a heavyweight title. He was also the first heavyweight boxer to hold WBA, WBC, and IBF titles. From 1987 to 1990, Tyson reigned as an undisputed world heavyweight champion. He recorded 50 wins out of 58 matches, with 44 wins by knockout. Tyson's fights were always entertaining due to his aggressive fighting style and his ability to end matches quickly with knockouts. But in 1992, Tyson was convicted of rape and was sentenced to 6 years imprisonment. He was, however, released on parole after serving 3 years behind bars. After his release in 1995, Tyson was engaged in a series of comeback bouts. He regained WBA and WBC titles in 1996, making him the 6th boxer behind Floyd Patterson, Muhammad Ali, Tim Witherspoon, Evander Holyfield, and George Foreman in the history of boxing to have regained a heavyweight championship after losing it. In 1997, he was stripped of his WBC title, and he also lost the WBA title to Evander Holyfield, a match that ended Tyson's boxing career. Tyson was disqualified from the game for biting Holyfield's ear strong enough to remove a portion of flesh. The ups and downs of Tyson's life are a real roller coaster ride, to say the least. The heavyweight boxing legend still remains the baddest man on the planet, and he recently proved that even at 56, he remains in a fighting fit shape. From his early story, you can see that Mike Tyson overcame a childhood full of deprivation and surrounded by gangs to succeed and create an enviable net worth. According to sites like Celebrity Net Worth, Mike Tyson's net worth in 2022 is still estimated at $10 million. But do you know that Mike Tyson was paid over $20 million per fight at his peak? And he was even said to have been paid over $300 million in career fights. So how did he end up in bankruptcy nearly 2 years before his retirement? Well, like many young people with more money than sense, Mike lived a lavish lifestyle during the peak of his career. He spent millions of dollars on mansions, exotic cars, branded jewelry, and expensive gifts for strangers. The famous pet tigers that he owned reportedly cost him around $60,000 per tiger. Tyson also spent nearly $400,000 for the maintenance of his beloved pigeons and tigers. The thing is that Tyson only felt accepted by the pigeons. He got bullied as an obese kid while in school, and each time he felt alone, he would run to the birds. And do you know the craziest part? Mike's first fight occurred after a childhood bully killed one of Mike's pigeons. According to him, that one incident awoke the fighter in him. $400,000 is not too much to spend on a bird that awoke the fighter in you. As for his other expensive purchases, he bought an 18-karat gold dial for $245,000, and he didn't stop there as he bought a gold chain for $173,706. Mike Tyson also had a gold tooth which was headbutted by his pet tiger, Kenya. But his most famous purchase was a 24-karat gold bathtub, which he procured for $2.2 million and gifted to his first wife, Robin Givens. The duo divorced a year later, and Tyson eventually sold off the bathtub to a British billionaire, Durwood Hodgcross, for around half the price. That's over $1 million gone to waste, but if Mike Tyson doesn't regret spending that much, then we are good to go. It didn't just end there, as Tyson was also exploited of millions by his promoter Don King, and Tyson would later sue King for $100 million. Although he didn't get all that money back, he was paid $14 million. For someone who's had such an illustrious career as Tyson, money shouldn't be a problem. However, over the years, Tyson has managed to recover through business ventures and movie appearances, as well as other projects. He earned around $3.5 million for his guest appearance on WWE WrestleMania 14. Also, his recent bout with Roy Jones Jr. contributed to the recent hike in his net worth. It is believed that Tyson earned a whopping $10 million from the fight. He also hosts his popular podcast, Hot Boxin' with Mike Tyson, near his ranch. Apart from small business ventures, Tyson has had his eyes set on legal cannabis. In 2017, he founded the Tyson Ranch, which sells approximately over 500,000 pounds worth of medical marijuana per month. Since he cleared his public image by appearing in various movies and TV shows, he has earned new endorsements. Some of his recent deals include Smart Cups, Paramatch, Manscaped, and Copper Gel. All throughout his struggles and successes, Tyson was never alone. Mike Tyson is known to be a family man. Mike Tyson has been married thrice and has 8 children, of which one is deceased. Tyson has been married to Lakeha Spicer since 2009. Tyson was previously married to Robin Givens from 1988 to 1989, and then to Monica Turner from 1997 to 2003. While Tyson may have had his fair share of failed marriages, these don't seem to have affected his relationship with his children. Mike Tyson is a doting father to 6 children. Mikey Lorna is Mike Tyson's eldest child, and she was born to Kimberly Scarborough. Mikey Lorna is a plus-size model, and she's currently 30 years old. Raina Tyson is Mike Tyson's first child from his second marriage. Raina is 24 years old and is a graduate of film studies from New York University. Amir is Tyson's eldest son at 22 years old. Amir recently set up his own streetwear clothing company named Debonair Attire. He also donates part of the money raised from selling his company's merchandise to finding a cure for multiple sclerosis, a deadly disease that his mother suffers from. Mike Tyson also has other children named Miguel, Milan, and finally Morocco, who is 9 years old. Over the years, Mike Tyson has celebrated his victory and losses with luxurious gifts and cars. His first car was a 1985 Cadillac Eldorado. In the early 80s, Mike Tyson was untouchable and kept scoring knockout after knockout against elite opponents. After reeling off 19 wins, he decided to reward himself with a new car, and the car he settled for was the ultra-stylish Cadillac Eldorado. The car was worth a cool $30,000 in 1985, a huge amount of money for a car at that time, but it was worth it. What's worth more is him gifting himself a Rolls-Royce Silver Spur on his 21st birthday. Mike's love affair with Rolls-Royce didn't stop with the Silver Spur. He also rewarded himself with a Rolls-Royce Corniche after a stunning knockout victory over Tony Tucker in 1987. Mike Tyson's fame has ensured he rubbed shoulders with Hollywood's very elite. Mike made a lot of friends, and one of them was the rapper Tupac Shakur. Tupac inspired Mike Tyson's interest in Mercedes cars, so Mike got himself a $48,000 Mercedes-Benz SL Class 560 SL in 1989. A year later, after his shock defeat to Buster Douglas, he got himself another Mercedes. This time it was a 1990 Mercedes-Benz 500 SL. Mike wouldn't stop, and after serving his sentence, he regained his title with a victory over Frank Bruno with much excitement. He got himself a brand new Ferrari F50 for his troubles. To date, Mike Tyson credits his one arrest in his Ferrari as his most favorite arrest of all time. He was the proud owner of a Ferrari 456 GT Spider that is also cherished by the Sultan of Brunei. Well, 1996 was an emotionally tough time for Mike Tyson. He had just lost his good friend Tupac Shakur, and to cushion the blow a bit, he got himself a new Lamborghini Super Diablo Twin Turbo after winning a Las Vegas fight against Bruce Sheldon. And for his next car, Tyson lost a fight to Holyfield, but he still received $25 million for the fight. He consoled himself after splurging on a Jaguar XJ220. And finally, no car collection would be complete without a rare Bentley. Mike Tyson spent $300,000 to acquire his Bentley Continental SC. Most of these cars are gone today. Mike Tyson made a fortune from his boxing exploits, but he also lost all of it because of legal troubles and reckless spending. His passion for cars continues to this day, but the 56-year-old former pro boxer isn't pushing the limits of all new Lamborghini cars anymore, but rather opts for more luxurious automobiles like a Rolls-Royce Ghost. Currently, Mike Tyson lives in a Mediterranean-style mansion in the Seven Hills gated golf course community in the Henderson suburbs of Las Vegas, Nevada. The legendary boxer paid a sum of $2.5 million for the house when he purchased it in 2016. The two-story mansion that Mike Tyson shares with his wife Lakia Spicer opens in a double-height foyer with marble flooring. A wrought iron staircase leads to the second floor where there are 6 bedrooms and 6.5 bathrooms. The suite also features a fireplace and a private balcony. Mike Tyson has changed residences several times, especially when his boxing career was at its peak. He started at a modest Brooklyn apartment and ended up in a 5-bedroom mansion in Ohio, which had a jacuzzi, basketball courts, and tiger cages for his pet. After that, Mike Tyson was forced to sell the house in 1999 for approximately $1.1 million. The Ohio mansion has now been converted into a church, but the basketball court remains as it was, with Mike Tyson's name etched onto the front gate. After this, Mike Tyson lived in a massive 21-bedroom mansion in Connecticut, which he was forced to sell once again after going bankrupt in 2003. The house boasted 52 rooms, 21 bedrooms, as well as its own nightclub. The property is as lavish as Tyson has ever owned. But 50 Cent bought it from him for £3.3 million the same year it was revealed he blew his fortune. He also had a brief stay at a Maryland residence from 1995 to 2000. Then he moved to Seven Hills, Las Vegas, but in a different property than the one he lives in now. The house was famously used by Hollywood movie director Todd Phillips for his Hangover movies starring Bradley Cooper. We've just looked at the most expensive cars and houses Mike Tyson owns, so how about his favorites? Well, in one of the episodes of Celebrity Tastemakers, Mike Tyson took the host Lisa Mateo to Tamarind in Tribeca for his favorite dish, chicken tikka masala. He also admitted that he has 3 boxers as his role model. Muhammad Ali is the first, accompanied by Sugar Ray Robinson and Roberto Duran. Do you know that Tyson went over to Roberto Duran's favorite restaurant, ordered his exact same food just to feel some form of accomplishment? Well, we all do crazy stuff for the ones we love. In spite of his very questionable behavior and sometimes downright scary and offensive life choices, Tyson is one of the most revered boxers of all time and will forever hold the title of fan favorite and the one to beat. See you in our next video.